Well, hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to your 3-card pick for the pink moon, which will actually reach its peak on the 12th or the 13th of April, depending on where you are in the world, of course, and which time zone you're in. This full moon should have a more gentle feel to it, thankfully. It is a micromoon, so it may appear a little bit further away than usual, and it is housed in the sign of Libra, which is ruled by the planet Venus, planet of love, expansion, and it's known for harmony, balance, justice, connection, integration, and it's a perfect time for flourishing. So if anything has felt out of sync recently, expect a very restorative energy helping you to reimagine things. A reconnecting to things that actually bring you joy and a shedding of that which brings conflict or anxiety. It's a great time for emotional release, and this is the first full lunation since the spring equinox, and it actually invites you to look at what's important in your life right now, the things that you wish to nurture and expand upon. You'll be looking at your values, boundaries, relationships, and any areas where you wish to really transform for your highest good. This will all come into review during this period. Now, this full moon is all about renewal and growth. And unfortunately, it won't appear pink in the sky. It's often called a pink moon because of the pink wildflower, the phlox moss, that blooms during this period. But what is wonderful is that it actually occurs at the same time as the Lyrid meteor shower. And that's one of the oldest recorded meteor showers. So you might be able to catch a shooting star at the same time and make a wish in the area that you're hoping to transform. Now, this moon energy will offer you a softer decision-making process. However, it's still in Aries season, so that will lend a passionate, fiery edge to anything that you decide. It's a time for opening your heart once more to the possibilities available to you and leaning into your emotions, whilst at the same time seizing the opportunity to create peace. Now, of course, every transformation doesn't have to be a dramatic and bold one. It can be subtle and nurturing, but just as powerful, and that's what this pink moon will offer you. Now, focus on the 3 cards, and whichever one you're drawn to, it contains a message about the areas of your life that will be affected by this particular pink full moon. The timestamps are in the text box below, so without further ado, I'll see you on the other side. Well, hello, beautiful soul. If you chose pile 1, this is the message for you. I chose each deck and shuffled each of those decks, and individual cards popped out for you. And it's very clear that this pink moon is encouraging you to slow down, to relax, and really tap into some self-care. You're someone who is magnetic. You have a lot of gravitas towards you. You've been showing up for yourself constantly and battling every day to make your goals and your dreams work. You've been giving a lot of yourself out, and this is the time to really give back to yourself. The cards indicate during this time that you're going to have some self-care. You're going to implement some self-improvement routines and also quietly blossom. I can see here that you are going to be pampering yourself. You're going to find some moments of quietness in order to reinvest in self. I can see that you are someone who is super sensitive and you tend to be influenced by moon cycles. So this pink moon, whilst it is a very soft energy moon, it may actually drain you or make you feel a little bit extra tired. I mean, your first card here is the broken vase. So it highlights a lot of you are literally shattered at this time. You may also have been feeling that life has been a bit of a mile a minute, that you've been on the go. You may feel that you've been actually like going 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. You've been under a lot of pressure recently, and I feel that, this is a time for you to sit back, relax, and contemplate your next step. I definitely see that you're overcoming some sort of challenge, my beautiful pile number 1, but this is a time during this pink moon that you kind of really reflect on how far you've come and the next steps that you really want to take. I mean, the shattered vase can also indicate that some of you tend to be quite critical upon yourself. And I can see here with the cards that popped out, we have the Queen of Wands here, we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. To have 2 aces pop out, this can indicate that you're on the trajectory towards a fresh new start. But also, when pressure is on, you tend to be extra critical on yourself. And during this pink moon, you're being encouraged to have more self-compassion. You know, there is a time for being on and having your glow up and going out there and doing all the wonderful things that you do in life. But also, there is a need for self-care. And since we got the beauty card right here, which I'll come to in a moment, this can indicate that this quiet pause over the pink moon is going to give you time to really reinvest in self and basically have time with your thoughts to reflect on how far you've come in life, because things have been challenging. And I see that you are someone who is actually attracting new opportunities into your life in order to take some steps forward rather than feeling like you're having some setbacks right now. You know, if you think about the nature of the sapphire, you know, any sort of precious gem is formed under pressure. So I feel like you are going through some transformative times right now, and you're being asked to prioritize your own needs. Especially since this card is number 1, I feel like you tend to be a bit of an overgiver, and this is the time to really kind of like not neglect your own needs. I mean, you really are a mental force to be reckoned with. Your thoughts become things, and that's really highlighted in this Ace of Swords right here, because it indicates you have the power to think things into life. And you're someone who tends to be really motivated even when challenge arises. You're someone who actually taps into your natural extrovert. But I feel over this pink moon, there's an ambivert energy about you where there is a need to withdraw in order to self-care. Because this Ace of Cups is really about emotional self-care and giving back to oneself. The Ace of Cups is, of course, you know, for the self first. The first cup is always for the self first before you give towards other people. Now also, I feel a lot of you with this light and dark card here, you know, this is the balance between yin and yang. And of course, yin and yang is all about action and being receptive and open to all the opportunities that are coming towards you, the feminine and the masculine energy. Life is about, you know, energy of action and effort, but also release and being open to receiving. That balance is the key. So I definitely see that during this time over the pink moon, you're going to be in an energy of receptivity, and that's why the universe is coming towards you. With that Ace of Cups there, this is an offering from the universe of something that you'll love, but also the Ace of Swords offers you a major transformative energy to make some steps forward in your life. And these changes, they will be subtle, but they will be powerful in your life. So expect some really good news on something that you would really like to happen in your life. You're someone who has a lot of kindness, and actually with that Queen of Wands, you know, given the right circumstances with the right people, you tend to be the life and the soul of the party. Even when someone is on their own, you tend to go over to that person and make sure that they are included. You're always giving your energy to other people, which is really wonderful. But sometimes you neglect your own needs. And this is a time for you to really take stock of your needs at this time. And I feel like you're in a bit of a transition period where actually you're learning more about yourself. You're learning to work with the energies, not to force yourself forward when you feel the tides are against you. You know, life is a challenge sometimes, and it's about working with the energy. So it's okay to give yourself permission to say, you know what, I'm not feeling it today. I'm not feeling it in this moment. I'm going to take some quiet time to reflect or to take a step back in order to allow the universe to come towards you, or even allow people to come towards you, circumstances, opportunities. So I feel this is a receptive state energy for you during this pink moon. I feel, you know, this is your glow up. I mean, when you get a Queen of Wands, that means you are someone who is naturally very attractive. You know, you are someone who has a lot of gravitas. You are magnetic. You have the ability to form very strong alliances. But every energy in the cards that's coming through right now is you being exhausted for showing up every single day to make life work. And I feel this pink moon is going to re-energize you and give you an opportunity to take stock of your next step, okay? I mean, your Ace of Cups, This basically indicates that you are in a period of purifying. So it can be that you're detoxifying over this period. It can be that you're decluttering. Aces are new energy, a rejuvenative energy. And that's what this pink moon is all about. It's about giving back to self. It's about rebirthing ideas. It's about doing things that you love and basically surrounding yourself with things that are aesthetically beautiful. And I only mention that because we do have that Queen of Wands right there. When you get the Queen of Wands, it means she likes to surround herself with beautiful things. Now, of course, life is not about material things all the time. Of course, we need money to pay the bills, and we like to surround ourselves with things that, I just saw a really beautiful white orb. By the way, it's just literally behind the camera. I wish it was in front of the camera, but I just saw it behind the camera. I wish you could see what I can see, but I feel it's a protective energy, so you're being asked to kind of slow down at this time. But coming back to the Queen of Wands, I feel this is more, a period of recognizing that it's okay to build a sanctuary where you can go into a space and feel like everything is decluttered, where you can just relax and just have peace of mind. And I feel that's something that you are doing over this pink moon period. It gives you clarity. That's why you got that Ace of Swords there. This can indicate that lots of new ideas are going to come towards you. I mean, you literally have the book. Each of these decks are different and all of them are pointing to some sort of self-care. This card literally says, that it can indicate an increase in inner knowledge and wisdom, learning new information about yourself, understanding and honoring your own dreams and your deepest desires. Some of you are going to feel called to journal during this time, or writing could also be significant at this time as well. It doesn't have to be a journal. It could also be that you're writing your memoirs, or you're writing a book, or you're writing poetry, or you're submerging yourself in a book that gives you information to help you on your journey. It could be that you're upskilling in some way. It could also be that you're expanding your mind. It can also be that you're, reading some sort of self-care book as well that helps you on your path and understand more about what you're going through at this time. But ultimately, I feel like you're having a glow up during this pink moon. And this glow up is going to change your vibration to put you in an energy of attraction, because the Queen of Wands is a card of attraction. It is a magnetic card. So it means you're going to attract people, circumstances, opportunities to transform your life, okay? But the Queen of Wands is aesthetically very beautiful. When you get the Queen of Wands or the Empress in the deck, basically, it means in a spread that you're someone who is attractive, both inside and out. And this is a time of re-energizing and being in a state where anything you put your mind to, you can attract it towards you. And also, if you're looking for love, I would say that, you are basically pampering yourself, having some sort of self-care routine or ritual that you will put in place. And you may actually repeat this, especially in and around a full moon. I would say a lot of you are going to remember something that feels good that you're going to do over and over again. Because if you look at the cards, you have the light and dark card right there, and that is an eclipse, okay? And then we also have, this Ace of Swords here, which can indicate, that's a crescent moon right there, but it can indicate that a lot of you have been feeling really drained with all the eclipses that we've been going through, and they have spun us all out energetically, but also presented some challenges. So if you have been going through some troubling times recently, or you've just been feeling really depleted, the broken vase, it just highlights a lot of you are shattered, okay? But also I feel you could be changing frequencies during this time, because the broken vase, what I can see when I connect to that energy, you probably can't see it because I'm scrying in the crystal ball as well at the same time. I'm seeing a tower energy. So this can indicate that you are having higher frequencies and basically shattering through things that no longer serve a purpose in your life. Whether this is toxic people, situations, circumstances that drain you, I definitely see here that you're releasing and setting yourself free from something over this pink moon. And it doesn't have to feel so dramatic. what I see here is a lot of you have been through a very dramatic phase in your life, and you are regrouping your energy, and out of adversity or some sort of challenge, you're having this glow up. You're having this time of success, of victory, of conquering yourself. I do see a lot of you need to pay close attention to the way that you talk to yourself when you go through moments of pressure, because sometimes you have like a knee-jerk reaction to tear yourself down rather than build yourself up. So if anyone came towards you and maybe talk to you in the way that sometimes you talk to yourself, you would not find it acceptable. So why should you allow yourself to do that to yourself? I'm seeing 1414 right now for you. This is going to be a number that is going to be so relevant for you over the pink moon and beyond. But also I feel this is a period where you change the way you approach yourself and have more compassion for yourself there as well. I mean, the Queen of Wands is someone who also may like to treat oneself. So it could be that you decide to treat yourself with a little purchase over this pink moon. It can be something really simple as a crystal that helps you detoxify or recharge your energy. For some of you, it could be something larger in a purchase. You know, even when you have this Queen of Wands with the Ace of Swords, I mean, this is a very unusual Ace of Swords because it literally has a beautiful soul in a hammock there. So it can indicate, I don't know if you can see the interference there on the camera. Okay, this is really unusual. It does not happen often, but it happens occasionally. This means that spirit is around, okay? It's just happened. There's no flickering lights here, but the Ace of Swords indicates that during moments of self-care, you are going to feel the presence of spirit, and there's going to be lots of ideas coming towards you, thoughts and sudden epiphanies or problem-solving moments where suddenly you just know, suddenly you have clarity, but you need to slow down in order to hear the whisperings of your heart, but also hear the message that spirit wants to give you. Now also, just as a side note, I really want to apologize for the unsightly. See, look, as soon as I put that card down, you know, this was the message that came from that card. So I want you to be aware. It didn't happen with any other card. But as I was saying, I have a little bit of an unsightly kind of mark there because I was just cleaning my water filter and it bit me as I was doing it. So I do apologize. I didn't really want to hide it because, you know, that would be just a massive band-aid there. But I just thought I'd mention it there. But it is in the shape of a heart. Okay. But the only reason I'm mentioning it is because I'm getting a lot of like water energy right now for you, okay? And I was literally cleaning the water filter when this happened to me. So I'm being given an energy of detoxifying. Some of you may even be looking at water filters during this time, or, you know, where your water sources come from. If you're dehydrated, for example, I definitely see here that a lot of you are going to be connecting to more water, especially since we have a water bearer literally on this card, the Queen of Wands, okay? So this can help your glow up or help you with beauty routines. Now, of course, some of you, because we have aces there, it can be that you've been going through a new cycle in your body, okay? And it can indicate there's been some fluctuations, whether this is hormonal related or whether it is, you know, a vitamin deficiency. I feel over the pink moon, you may identify what has been putting you out of balance, okay? And also, some of you may identify a product that you'll really enjoy using. Okay, so this could be anything from like a cream for your body, or it could be something for your hair. It feels aesthetic in nature. I got to be honest with you that you may discover a product. Some of you may actually, you know, have some sort of advice or review with a healthcare practitioner that helps you identify some sort of vitamin deficiency or hormonal related issue in order to come into balance. But a lot of you could like hear from a friend or hear from someone that you trust about some sort of product that can help you, okay? Now, of course, there's a lot of other things going on for you, my beautiful pile number one, but I really feel this pink moon is calling you to really slow down and reinvest in self. And that's important because without you, you know, you are the most important person in your life. So you must honor your body, mind, and soul. And you are unique, and that is your superpower. You know, there's literally no one else like you. You have different sets of fingerprints than everybody else in this whole wide world. So that shows you how unique you are, and you have a purpose. So a lot of you, after this pink moon, I feel with this Queen of Wands energy, you're definitely going to feel revitalized, revamped. You're going to have this desire to run with your passions, to be on top of your goals, your dreams, your projects. And you can't be at maximum capacity energy unless you give yourself some self-care, okay? You are rare. That sapphire is literally indicating you're a rare person who has a lot of strength. You are going to feel extra motivated, and I definitely see here that you have a divine purpose. But if you're exhausted and always running on empty, then you're going to feel low vibe, you're going to feel, drained, and sometimes have negative thoughts that deplete your energy even further. Now, we do have the beauty card there, and what's really interesting is that this is a money deck, okay? So I just decided to shake things up a little bit and try different decks to see what messages come out for you, but it literally says beauty there, of course, so this indicates that you are enhancing what you naturally already have, and you are someone who is very attractive. So if you're looking for love, you literally got the Ace of Cups, and you got the Ace of Swords. So you're going to be talking to someone new after this pink moon, okay? But of course, if you're already in a high-level commitment relationship with somebody, I definitely see that this person is going to reignite that spark or have a really important conversation about how much they love you. Some of you, your partner may want to renew your vows, for example. Also, you and your person may talk about a fresh new start somewhere. And it's like finding the balance of where you feel like you belong. You literally have a ring there, the sapphire. So it can indicate that if you're with a person, but you haven't committed to engagement or marriage, this person may literally show up and surprise you after the pink moon and ask you to commit to the journey of life with them, because this person is really in love with you, okay? Also, because we have the beauty card, if you are someone who is happy being single right now and you're not looking for love, this is about you kind of like enjoying your single life, okay? Embracing your unique style, it literally says there, and owning it, and letting the world see who you really are. And some of you may actually, consider careers in hair, makeup, jewelry, clothing, or any job that enhances your own or others' beauty. But it doesn't have to be about that. I feel this is more about, your inner world is matching your outer world, because there is a time for change. And I feel that, inside you are a beautiful soul. You have an incredible heart. You are lovable. And this is about expressing who you are. But if you're constantly drained and, let's face it, life is challenging. We always have to show up every day to make life work. Sometimes life, it moves the goalposts, and it can be a lot. But if you don't constantly give back to yourself and you're depleted, then of course, this is going to really kind of like stop you in your tracks and prevent you from moving forward. Even if opportunities come your way, you have to be ready to grab them with both hands. And I feel the universe wants to send you stuff right now because you're magnetizing something towards you. Now, it doesn't matter what stage of life you're at. Whatever it is that you're focused on, that is the thing that you are attracting at this time. Now, of course, because you got the beauty card that is from the money deck there, it can literally mean that you're enhancing what you have already, okay? So I really feel a lot of you, this is about the fluidity of life. What you give out, you get back. But if you're constantly giving out, then you don't give the opportunity to the universe to give back. Same with friendships. There has to be reciprocity. If you're constantly giving to something, then eventually you're going to be depleted and there's nothing coming back, because sometimes people get really comfortable taking. So this is your call and your nudge from the universe to allow people and situations to give back to you, because you've been constantly giving. Also, as we have this book card, I feel a lot of you, this is an energy here of you submerging yourself in some sort of novel or some sort of book that helps you kind of like take the pressure off and release, as it were, because Sometimes when we involve ourselves in other people's stories, like novels, whether it's fantasy, whether it's romance, even if it's a true story, sometimes it can literally take our mind out of our own pressures and just help the brain to relax. But I definitely see here that, especially with that Ace of Swords, better sleep. Okay, if you're someone who tends to really be affected, because I feel a lot of you are very sensitive to moon cycles because of all the moon energy that's shown up in this reading, I feel after the pink moon, you're going to get better quality sleep as well. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle some final cards before I close your reading. Now, although there's a lot going on in your life, this is the main thing that I feel Spirit wants you to be aware of. Six of Cups, okay? Six of Cups is an energy of the universe trying to offer you something that you're really going to love. But also the Six of Cups can be a card of nostalgia, okay? Sometimes when we are relaxing, we start to remember the past, or we start to remember things that we should be doing. And this is your friendly kind of like nudge to basically try and have a time and a place for those thoughts. When you're giving back to yourself, this is a time where there's no room for nostalgia. This is a time for you honoring the present moment, because sometimes when we take a pause, we can be flooded with thoughts about the things we wish we could have said in the past or the experiences we had, but this can raise up old emotions that are still draining us. So I feel a lot of you, there is an energy here of like being a little bit more playful, or some of you are literally revisiting something from the past, childhood memory, or an experience that perhaps has made you feel like you should always be on the go. Sometimes in life, when we're aspiring to something, we get caught up in the cycle of constantly giving or constantly like doing. And you're a human being. You're not here to always be constantly doing. So I feel that's another little reminder for you from the universe during this pink moon. We also have the Death card. So the Death card indicates you're going through a very transformative experience, but also it highlights, I just want to make sure it's clear on the camera there, it highlights that not only change is afoot, but I feel this is about like allowing yourself to stop for a while so that there can be regrowth and regenerative energy, because the Death card is a regeneration card. It means, that when something stops, it doesn't really end, but there has to be a moment where you give an opportunity for things to reformulate, revamp, or transform into something greater. If you experience things that are ending in your life right now, especially things that perhaps have been a constant in your life and you feel a little bit challenged by these things, I want you to be aware with that Six of Cups, it's because the universe wants to deliver something better, okay? I mean, even if you look at the nature of the Six of Cups, it's a rocking horse. Horses are, beautiful creatures that move. But a rocking horse is like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you may feel like you're not getting anywhere recently, okay? That is the nature of what humanity has been going through recently. But with that Death card, it's all set to change for you. Suddenly you're going to release a blockage by taking some time for yourself. And then you're transitioning towards something greater. So I definitely see that if you've been feeling stuck, there is change afoot. And you're going to enhance all that you've been working hard to accomplish at this time. Better opportunities are coming in, problem-solving solutions coming in. This is an opportunity to fix things. But also, for some of you, because we do have that Six of Cups right there, the Death card and the broken vase, it can be that some of you are releasing something that you were grieving, or, it could also be a time where if someone keeps coming back for forgiveness for something and you constantly forgive that person or constantly give them an opportunity to show up for you and for the relationship, whether it's a friendship or a love relationship, an ex or anything like that, if it is repeating a cycle and this person is not changing, then I feel this is your move away from that situation to kind of like erect healthier boundaries and honor your needs during this time. if you think about the broken vase right there, okay, because I'm actually seeing right now the art of kintsugi, which is the golden glue that can bind the broken vase back together. The situation has changed. It will never be the same again. You know, whatever experience you have been going through. But it can be that you are like putting pieces back together, or, you know, you are kind of like reforming in some way in your life. And those golden aspects of you make you more beautiful. If you think about a kintsugi vase, it is absolutely breathtaking. And, you know, you may have gone through some stuff in life that has literally shattered you, and you've been putting all the pieces back together. But this is your time to shine and be even more beautiful than before, even more breathtaking than you were before the experience you had that you feel really ended up hurting you, breaking you, or shattering you into tiny little pieces. So this is your glow up period, okay? This is you really investing back in self, knowing that you are beautiful, that you are unique, that you can achieve anything that you turn your mind to. But sometimes you need to slow down a little bit, take stock of your thoughts and how you really feel about things, and what is meant for you will never pass you by. So I definitely see some really awesome things showing up for you. But most importantly, you're learning more about yourself, your boundaries, how to give back to yourself in a healthy way, and how to really honor your body, mind, and soul, and put an end to some really negative karma that perhaps you've been experiencing over the last couple of years. And finally, before I go, my beautiful pile number 1, I have the vision wheel, okay? So hopefully the camera will not blur when I do this, okay? So here goes. Let's go this way. Okay. Okay, so we have the Hangman and we have the Magician energy right there, okay? I hope you can see that. The Hangman and the Magician, okay? So this basically indicates that you are going through a period of rest, okay? It's to withdraw into self, to learn more about yourself. I mean, literally the same message. And the Magician energy right there is about you basically... oh, it's going to change again there. Oh no, it went back to exactly the same thing. So basically, this is about you recharging your batteries, knowing that you have everything within you that you need in life, but you need to take stock of things and pause. I mean, Hangman literally means self-sacrifice. So it can indicate that you're looking at this time at what deserves your sacrifice and what doesn't. But also it can indicate that you are in a period of manifestation. That Magician energy is magic. It means that you're manifesting at this time. And, you know, in order to really properly manifest, you need to slow down and take a pause to really reflect on what it is that you want, okay? And a lot of you, especially since we have the Death card there along with this vision eye, I would say that you may be letting go of something at this time, or letting go of some challenging emotions or memories from the past. I mean, these things, they shaped who you are. They are very important, but I feel like you are releasing the power that perhaps they had over you at some point, and you're moving on so it does not impede your happiness, because I feel like there's a lot of good things on the horizon here for you. So with a lot of love and respect, I hope something resonates for you in this message. Thank you so much, and love and light. Well, hello, beautiful soul. If you chose pile 2, this is the message for you. I can see that you are really focused on your finances right now. You may be working really hard to make life work for you, and I definitely see that you're invested in your projects, but you could have some concern about your money for the future for some of you, especially since we have some of the cards that popped out. I just want you to be aware, I shuffled each deck individually, and these are the cards that popped out for you, so they contain a specific message. I can see that a lot of you, especially with the microphone card there, it can be that you're watching a lot of news and basically watching the markets, or watching how inflation is doing right now, or things that are trending regarding finances and watching money either deplete or devalue in some way. And you could be just keeping an eye on things or feeling really challenged in the current circumstances regarding the financial markets. I mean, we all need money in order to pay bills, and over the last couple of years, there has been some challenges with inflation increasing and decreasing and things rising in price. So I definitely see here that you are being very diligent with your finances right now. I can see that a lot of you have been working super hard, as I mentioned, and you may be trying to get some sort of structure together regarding your finances. I want you to be aware, especially since we have the unethical card there, I can see in your energy, some of you can acknowledge that things have been challenging and unfair because you're just trying to really work hard for your finances, to have some savings, not just for now, but for your family, for your future, and to expand. And especially if you're retired, for example, some of you may have been a little bit worried recently with the changes that have fluctuated the 401ks and the pensions. I can see here that there will be a rebalance of some of that energy. The Chariot card indicates that there is an overcoming of some sort of obstacle. The Queen of Pentacles indicates that you will multiply your money, or it will kind of replenish, for example. But I do see here with that Nine of Cups that you will get some sort of wish fulfillment, or you will be satisfied the way that things get recalibrated, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. Just because these cards popped out, and especially since you have the microphone card there, it can be that it's very topical right now what is going on. But I see here of things changing in due course. Now, even if you're not concerned with those things right now, it can be that you are consolidating your finances and looking at ways to build more wealth, or to have a financial structure that indicates you're secure for your future. I mean, looking at the Phoenix, okay, which I hope you can see that there, you are literally transforming something that was challenging into something that's going to be really awesome. So your first card, of course, is the Beehive, if I can just get that there for you. So the Beehive indicates be diligent. I mean, you're being persistent. You have a lot of stamina there. You're someone who is working really hard. If you've come to this pile and you've currently been out of work, for example, I definitely see that there is going to be an opportunity that comes in. I mean, you do have the Chariot card, so this may involve some sort of travel or change, but it means overcoming that obstacle. Queen of Pentacles, it'll be a role that has status, and the Nine of Cups, you'll definitely be fulfilled in that role. There may even be some sort of incentive or bonus or increase that comes in due time, but I do see a role becoming available for you. It has a lot of status, a lot of responsibility there, and you'll work with people who basically get what you're about. Now, if you're someone who is an entrepreneur or you have your own business, I definitely see that you're going to be super busy, but you may have been going through some sort of challenging time in your industry, and the microphone can indicate that you've thought about promoting or marketing your services or your goods or your talent, whatever it is that you do. And as you can see over here, with this Nine of Cups and Mechanic, you know, this can indicate that you're fixing some sort of financial situation right now, or, you know, you're magnifying your wealth, because we got the Magnify card right there and the Phoenix rising from the ashes. So if you've been going through like a challenging financial time, or you've been feeling the pinch, I can definitely see here with that Beehive energy that you are creating some sort of structure right now, working really hard and being devoted to financially fruitful endeavors. I mean, 8 is actually a very lucky number when it comes to wealth. And the fact that you've got 2 cards there that have 8, which is wonderful. I love that. You know, this indicates multiplying wealth there, okay? So as you can see there, you're making a lot of effort and you're concentrated on building more wealth. But I do see here it's more of a strategy. So, you know, even if you see that the industry that you work in is having some challenges, or the financial markets are having some challenges, I definitely see here that there is some sort of like movement towards something greater, okay? Looking at the cards, it tells me that there is a wish being delivered to you, but you're working hard towards it. There is a time of increasing wealth, okay? I just see that in your cards and in your energy. And if you're someone who is like super creative and you are thinking of like a new idea for money making endeavors, whatever that may be, I definitely see it's going to take off really well. A lot of you may literally use your voice in some way. So it could be like voiceover work. For some of you, it could be that you're a musician or performer or presenter. It could also be that, you know, you're speaking your poetry. It could literally mean that you're promoting yourself as well, because I feel promotion energy upon you. You know, it could also be that you have something to say regarding, you know, the financial markets, or you may have something to say in your industry. It could be that you are getting a platform to express yourself about the state of, you know, finances, or, you know, maybe there's a meeting in your working environment where you get to say your truth and you're speaking up loud and proud. You're actually going to be heard this time, and it puts you in alignment with some sort of promotion or opportunity here as well to rise. I mean, even if you are someone who is an influencer, because a lot of you, pile number 2, you are influencing your circumstances in a way that increases your wealth, but also it helps you be more known for whatever it is that you do. So this pink moon, you know, it will be a subtle change that goes on, but it puts you on a course to really kind of amplify your wealth or fix a financial issue or something that you've been worrying about. I see that there is a course correction there where you get to rise from a challenging situation. I mean, this card, 8 is the number of the self. So this can be that, you know, you have a strong opinion about something right now and you need to really focus on your truth. It can be that some of you are going to utilize social media, maybe even like partner up with a platform to connect to people regarding, you know, whatever it is that you do or whatever it is that you feel like saying. Some of you could literally be working a day job doing something, and then in the evening you could literally be going on social media, connecting to a platform to speak about your job or speak about how you're finding things right now, or you have an opinion on something, and it's like you may be like chatting to like hive mind people, or basically having a community where everyone kind of like discusses stuff, for example, and this is something that could amplify your wealth. So if you are like currently thinking about transforming your finances, the pink moon is actually going to amplify your ideas, but also your opportunity to increase your wealth, okay? When you think about the pink moon, this is a period where you really focus on your values, on your money making, but also on like your ideas. And basically it amplifies all the good stuff, because of course this moon is all about Venus. It's connected to the Libra energy. So Libra is an energy of like getting justice. It's also about balance and harmony. And Venus amplifies wealth as well as opportunity and things that you love. So although you have lots of other things going on in your life right now, I definitely see that this pink moon is going to make you focus a little bit more on your finances and be stricter with your finances, or have some sort of structure. It could be that you're trying to pool your resources in order to save for a very large purchase. Okay, I would say if you are going to purchase something large during this time, make sure that you do your due diligence, because we have the unethical card, which I will come to in a moment. You know, there is a potential for something that you want to purchase being too good to be true. So if there is something at like a lower price and it is like unusually low, I would say just do a little bit more investigating into that, because there is a potential that that person is either like selling something that perhaps is a fake, or perhaps has some sort of issue where you will have to return it. So I feel like, you know, when you have a closer inspection, because the magnifying glass came out after the unethical card, I would say on closer inspection, you realize that actually it's not as good a deal as you thought. You will find a better deal elsewhere for a nice amount of money, but better quality. That's what I'm seeing there, okay? Now, of course, this pink moon for you is going to be about tangible material gain. So this is you focusing on your pensions, your 401ks. It's going to be you focusing on your savings plan, having a structure. Some of you may even purchase something that holds value. So it could be that you are safeguarding your finances against things like inflation or fluctuations in the stock market or whatever it is. It could be that you're looking into tangible things that hold their value. But a lot of you as well, you're going to be focusing on your own value, erecting healthier boundaries so that you basically have reciprocity in your life, because the beehive can be all about community. Okay, the things that you devote yourself to, the people that you devote yourself to. So it can be that you're making sure that there is reciprocity or balance in relationships, situations, and getting what you truly deserve and desire because of all the effort that you're putting into your life to make it work right now. Now, of course, this is going to be a period of you concentrating on your goals. I mean, there's literally a bridge here. So some of you could be like burning a bridge to a past situation, but this is basically you overcoming something that has been challenging. It says there, you could be going through a difficult time right now. Trust that you have the skills and the strength to get you to where you need to go. You will overcome this obstacle and come out even stronger on the other side. So I definitely see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, whether this is financial in nature. A lot of you, it seems to be. This could be that, you've been working really hard and feeling that you're in a stalemate position, like things are just not moving forward. You may feel that no matter how hard you work, you still seem to be at the same plateau. But I definitely see a lot of you kind of like moving forward during this period, because we do have that Chariot card, which means overcoming an obstacle, but also having a victory, having some sort of form of success coming on in, and movement forward. Movement and improvement is happening there for you. And I feel some of you are going to make some decisions over this pink moon that helps you move forward and have some sort of like victory win come in, because I do see something being offered to you that you'll celebrate. Because having the Chariot card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups, this means you could be increasing your wealth or, upgrading your life in some way and having some sort of luxurious outcome. So it could be that you are going to build in wealth where you are secure, but also you may be entering into a period of your life where there's a lot more prosperity than there has been for some time. Also, some of you may reach out to a person in a financial industry to give you advice about future wealth or present wealth and what best way to structure something like generational wealth to protect you with a structure regarding your finances. Because, the beehive is all about structure. It's about community. It's also about, working smarter, not harder, and sweet reward. Also, the microphone can be about talking something through or really like getting an opinion, someone speaking their truth about something, or kind of like looking at a public way of doing something as opposed to a private way of doing something regarding a structure. Some of you could be literally like launching your own business during this time. And it could be that you basically are getting your message out there, or even reaching out to some sort of financial advisor to help you structure legally a business entity for you so that you can safeguard your finances. Now, as we can see with the Mechanic card here, this can indicate that you're going through a period of fixing something. I mean, it can be that you've just gone through like a period of spending, or you've already purchased a large purchase, for example, and you're setting about like replenishing your account. I mean, this is a money deck, so it can literally mean that, you are mending, or, you are considering a career where you basically do something where you're a little bit on autopilot, or you put it on autopilot like passive. A mechanic actually works really hard. So I'm getting this sense of like machinery or structure. That's what I'm getting from this card. So, if you do work in an industry where you fix things, or you are literally a mechanic, it can be that, you work overtime. You take pride in your work. You work super hard. But what I'm getting from this is like an automotive kind of energy, especially since we have that word right there. So I'm getting this energy of you maybe setting something up or structuring something that works for you, ticking on in the background. So I feel a lot of you are like putting structures or something in place or tweaking a plan to make sure all the little components work together as a whole. Okay, so it could be that you're breaking something down during this period in order to like make everything work or structure something in a certain way where you kind of like gain money like while you sleep. I'm just getting this energy of like working smarter, not harder, okay? And it literally says there, you have the ability to really fix your finances, but a sacrifice may be needed, okay? So for some of you, you know, of course, we all need to occasionally make a sacrifice if we're feeling the pinch there. But I feel more than anything, this is about you kind of like looking at what's important when it comes to you making money. So it can be that there are certain things that you love doing about your career and other things that you can delegate, perhaps. It can also indicate that, you know, you have the ability to work really hard right now and put all the effort in right now so that you can either retire early or build some sort of savings or financial structure so that you can like take some time off, or you can like enjoy your money and not be always working so hard. So I feel this could be something that you're looking into right now, or something that you're working really hard to set up at this time in order to amplify wealth. Now, we do have the unethical card. I know a lot of things are going on in the world right now that may feel like super unfair. I mean, we're all feeling it right now. We all work super hard for our finances, and, you know, with hidden inflation in items that we purchase and all the things that are going up in price. I mean, there is some element of things going down in price that I foresee for the future. I think it's already started in some areas, not all, of course, but I feel this is about you kind of like acknowledging that some things are unfair, but you're being really clever to kind of like find a way around it, but you're not doing something that's unethical. Okay, so it says here, someone stealing or lying to you about money. So if some of you have come to this reading and you have someone who is perhaps, I wouldn't say stealing from you, but I mean, it could be that someone is depending on you and you feel perhaps they could help themselves as well, and you feel like they're not making an effort. I feel over the pink moon, you're going to see that this person has a sudden opportunity come their way and can actually, you know, go out there and make it on their own. And if this is a partner, for example, you know, I'm not feeling this energy of a partner stealing from you. What I'm feeling is if your partner, for example, if you're in a high level commitment, has lost their job, it can be that, you know, they're feeling really down about their circumstances and they don't really want to have to share the finances, but it can be that suddenly this opportunity helps them move forward and, you know, really like invest again in the partnership. So I just get this energy here of with this card in particular, that some of you may have been sacrificing some of your finances to help someone out, because I'm not getting like a stealing energy from this card, apart from like the hidden things that like nibble away at our finances when we purchase something. You know, for example, things that we purchased maybe about 5 or 6 years ago have almost like doubled in price. So I'm just getting that energy from this card rather than anyone actually stealing from you. Some of you, if you've actually lent someone some money and they've not paid it back, I feel, you know, you're going to wait a long time for this to come back to you. You may have a very important conversation with this person to say, hey, look, it's about time you started at least trying to pay some money back. I feel, looking at the energy, that they will make some sort of like repayment plan with you, okay? Because I feel it's a repayment plan. They're going to talk about it, but they may not offer you a large sum of money back. They may give it in drips and drabs is what I see there, okay? Also, there may be an opportunity that comes in towards you to make really quick money, but if it's something that is a little bit, you know, unethical, let's just keep it with that word, I would say don't risk it, because with the magnify glass, I feel that you could be caught, or someone could be watching, or, you know, someone could highlight it. So it could be like, you know, someone really putting the magnifying glass over your finances, for example. So it could be like a financial review, or it could be like an audit or something like that. So, you know, always good to play by the book and be upfront and legal there. But, you know, the magnifying glass, I feel this is a thirst for knowledge card for you learning more about money, how you can make it work for you, and, you know, almost like free up your time as well. So some of you are literally taking a fine tooth comb to your finances at this time and really like looking at the details of where you spend. So it's not that you're cutting back in order to save money. It could be that you are fed up of spending money on certain items that you feel are overpriced. Maybe things that perhaps you've been like just on autopilot purchasing occasionally. So I feel some of you could call into review and notice like a pattern or a synchronicity there that you hadn't noticed before, and it could help you to save some finances. But it says here, you know, a thirst for knowledge and wisdom or something more tugs at your heartstrings. You may find yourself looking for answers in the world around, noticing patterns and synchronicities that you hadn't before. This is a sign of greater awareness and spiritual evolution. You know, as you can see, there's literally a magnifying glass there with like shrubbery that's golden. So I feel even though economically things look pretty dark right now, there are golden opportunities for you to find, but also I feel like you're going to multiply your wealth or find an opportunity to safeguard your finances. Some of you, you know, you may put it in precious metals, for example, but looking at this energy here, I feel like you are kind of like reviewing what's important to you and finding a way to make money that can free up your time, because the Phoenix is like release. I mean, some of you may literally be thinking about retirement at this stage, or you are transforming your finances. I mean, literally it says here, renew, resurrection, rebirth, you know, so it can be that if you've been going through a period where you've been struggling, you're entering a new era where you are ascending and it's just the beginning of more wealth, okay? You're turning pain to gain. So I see someone working like super hard, multiplying finances and literally living a dream life. So I feel here a lot of you during this pink moon, you may kind of sequester. I love that word. My guides are giving me the word sequester yourself away. I'm going to have to look up that word. But I feel it's like to squirrel yourself away in order to limit distractions, to work on something that perhaps you've been working on for some time, or an idea comes to you that you really want to invest in at this time, and it will make you money. Okay. Also, for some of you, I feel there's a major message about a car here. If you're purchasing a car, shop around, because again, I'm being drawn to the unethical. I'm being drawn to the magnifying glass. I'm being drawn to the mechanic, and we've got the Chariot card right here. So this is telling me that if you're upgrading your life in some way, or purchasing a car, or even have to bring your car into the shop for a service, I would say just do your due diligence. If it's a place you always use, then great, go for it. But if you're getting a service from someone new, I would say look at the reviews before you connect to this. They may try to charge you a little bit more money. It's a little bit unfair, but once you really challenge it with this card here, I feel like, you know, you could actually negotiate a better deal or get them to kind of like acknowledge that they're overcharging. But if you're purchasing a car from a dealership, I would say do your due diligence. There is the potential where you will have to either send it back to be fixed in some way. There's of course going to be a warranty, so just check that. That's just coming out there, so I have to mention it because it is there. But this Chariot card, it literally means victory. Something coming in here that you will celebrate. Movement, improvement, progress. You know, this is your ambition taking you to where you need to go financially. You're going to have a lot more energy after this pink moon. You're going to be locked onto your goals, and you're going to have a lot of willpower to make that progress. You're also going to see a lot of feathers around you over the next coming weeks and months that highlight that you are protected and directed accordingly. And as you can see, this Queen of Pentacles is literally about multiplying wealth, okay? A lot of you very creative, you're very talented, but the Queen of Pentacles always takes stock of all the hard work and puts things in motion to multiply wealth. You know, even on the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there is a rabbit on the Queen of Pentacles, which is to multiply. And I feel this is a time of you increasing whatever it is that you have already, utilizing your resources in a really clever way and structuring things to make sure that the universe pours more prosperity towards you. Some of you may even do something in the home space, because the Queen of Pentacles is a card of being at home or utilizing things in the home space to help you in some way. So I would say money-making schemes from the home space, or even online for some of you, because the Chariot card can indicate some of you are trying to work on the go. You know, it could be you're being more nomadic in your industry, or you're wanting to just be a little bit more free so that you can actually enjoy your wealth, but also create some sort of financial structure that helps you have more of a life. So it could be that you are changing your schedule in some way in order to free up some time, work really hard some days. I mean, I feel like you work hard really every day, but a lot of you are trying to restructure in order to be more free, or to travel more, or be more nomadic in your circumstances. And the Nine of Cups, it indicates that you are working towards your dream life, and you are making wishes and making waves in your life, and there is a portal that opens up to you over this pink moon to help you receive more. But I can see also that you've worked really hard for it. So all the stuff that you've been giving out, after this pink moon, it's a time to receive. And the Nine of Cups is fulfillment. It can be that you are literally reviewing where you work right now to see if your values align with what you're doing, or if there's merges going on, or if there's changes going on, because the Chariot card can be a shift or a decision or a course correction over this period. So it can be that you're reviewing where you're at right now and opening yourself up to more opportunities. And in so doing, if you feel it's time to walk away from something, Nine of Cups indicates a dream job or a dream opportunity, or if you are, working for yourself, if you're a business owner, or if you're a creative and you're thinking about selling your creative endeavors online, I definitely see here it's going to make a lot of money for you and your family. And there is going to be stability there as well. Even if you're retired, some of you, not all of you, but some of you may have thought about doing something creative in your retirement that brings in more wealth. Or you could be a consultant, for example, on something that you used to do and impart your wisdom and knowledge to help others, and put like a course of learning online so that other people can download it, and it's like passive income. You do all the hard work creating it, and then you just release it out into the universe, and the universe attracts the right person, client, or subscriber, or whatever it is, to your product or to your creative endeavor, and it builds wealth. I definitely see pile number 2, that you are focused on your wealth over this period of time, and you're turning a challenging situation into something really positive, and you're doing it in a legal way and a healthy way. And I feel like, something you've been wishing for, it will be delivered towards you. A lot of you are wishing for more money, okay? Or a way to structure your wealth where it is secure against any kind of like negative fluctuations going on there. Now, finally, actually not going to go to that first. I'm actually going to shuffle some cards first to see if there's any more messages for you before I go to the Vision Eye. Oh my gosh, you saw me shuffle the cards. You got the Queen of Pentacles again. So if there was ever a message where my guides were like, I meant what I said, it's now. So as you can see, this beautiful figure in the desert, which represents, a very austere environment. There's lots of beautiful coins there. So I would say, gold is an energy where you will secure your finances. I'm not a financial advisor, but some of you may be thinking about that at this time. Also, the Queen of Pentacles, it's like you have money on your mind and you are set about increasing your wealth. And I feel a portal or an opportunity is arising for you to be able to do that, okay? So, wonderful synchronicity there that we got another Queen of Pentacles there for you. And finally, we have the King of Pentacles. Loving that. So that message there about a partner, if there is a partner, out of work at this moment in time, or if you have been out of work at this time, I feel there could be a financial partnership on the horizon, or your partner gets a dream job. I mean, these two cards can highlight as well that some of you are getting promoted from one sort of position to another, okay? Or there could be some sort of creative alliance where you build finances. I mean, it doesn't have to be people. You know, this can literally be a partnership with like an online social media platform, because we have the microphone there as well. But it could also be that you and a family member are pooling resources to go into real estate or to create some sort of wealth structure. King of Pentacles literally attracts wealth. This is multiplying your wealth when it comes to the Queen of Pentacles, but the King of Pentacles can turn any situation into a wealthy situation. So I feel a lot of you are safeguarding your finances. As you can see, there's a pentacle, which is safeguarding the home space in the background there. Also, I would say that this is a period of structuring your wealth in order to safeguard yourself against inflation. So a lot of you could be looking at that. King of Pentacles can be a mentor in money. So it could be that someone gives you some really great financial advice. However, I would say unethical and magnify. Always do your own due diligence. Like fact check people. Make sure that you get the information. If it seems too good to be true, maybe it is too good to be true. Always, you know, second guess something before you actually like connect yourself to it. I feel with the energy that actually, you know, they're going to give you some great advice, but it's always important to double check, because not everybody is honest and true like you, my beautiful pile number 2. So that's important, okay? I mean, the fact that this pile is all about money and finances and working really hard and amplifying wealth, and the fact that I shuffle the cards and 2 of the biggest money-making cards came out, this is a sure indication that you are going to be putting yourself in a position to have more, to build a life of luxury, to be secure. For some of you, if you are retired and you're listening to this reading, the King and Queen of Pentacles can be that, you know, you are thinking about your finances and making sure that you are secure. And I do see that things will change and fluctuate where they improve. So I want you to be aware of that, okay? Now, I mean, of course, some of you may actually get some advice regarding 401ks and your current pensions and things like that. And I feel like you're going to get some really good advice on that. Finally, I'm going to give you the Wheel of Vision there. Okay, hopefully you can see that and the camera doesn't blur. We have the Judgment energy and we have the Death card. Okay. Oh, actually, pardon me. We actually have the High Priestess. Oh, it's moving again. The High Priestess and... Okay, where does it want to stop? It's in between the Justice card and the Hangman. Okay, so this can indicate, because you just got a lot of symbols there, I would say you're going to be going through like statements, you're going to be in a business mode, administrative tasks. I mean, with the Hangman, this could indicate that some of you are looking at the sacrifice right now that you make will bring justice in the future. Also, you know, you do have the Magician energy right here. Okay, this is the Magician energy right there with that infinity sign. It means you have ultimate resources available to you. So you could be creating a structure with that Justice card right there, that Justice symbol, and the Hangman energy. So it could be that legally you're setting something up. Okay, the Hangman can indicate as well that it's going to take time, so don't rush into anything. I would also say that it's on the cusp of the Fool energy right there as well. So it could be a new start, new endeavor. But earlier we did get the High Priestess energy as well. So that's a caution energy, trust your instincts. Okay, and you know, because I said the Judgment energy as well, I would say you're judging a situation, you're calling your finances into review. And I feel it could be that it's the end of a challenging era financially, and you're rebirthing something there as well. I mean, a lot of you are manifesting more wealth, but you're working really hard for it, okay? So I will leave that there, my beautiful pile 2. I hope something resonates there for you. Thank you so much, and love and light. Well, hello, beautiful soul. If you chose pile number 3, this is the message for you. I can see that the pink moon is going to encourage you to really reflect on relationships, mainly the relationship with yourself. Some of you may have thought about choosing pile number 1 as well, as there is a deep connection to being with oneself and really implementing self-care routines. I can see pile 3, some of you have a relationship or a friendship that has really been evolving. Some of you have been feeling a little bit fed up with a person, or you feel that you're outgrowing this relationship. As we have the Hierophant there and the Empress, it can indicate just because you've known a person for a long time, or they are a family member or someone that you used to be very close to, with the Four of Cups, if you feel that they're overstepping a boundary or a mark, it's okay for you to step away or be closed off to this person in order to protect your peace of mind. There is an energy here of evolving away from an experience or a person in order to preserve your inner peace. This is a time for giving back to yourself. Some of you may have noticed over the couple of years that have just gone by that your friendships are evolving, and you may feel a little bit bereft, or you may feel that you're so distant from certain relationships that you've been feeling alone or left out from a group of people or a person in particular, and you just feel like it's such a shame. The Four of Cups can indicate that you've been feeling a lament, or you've been yearning for this relationship or this friendship to go back to how it used to be. But I can see that you've been called on purpose to be in a pause from this experience or this person or this friendship or this relationship in order to focus on your sense of purpose, but also in order to nurture your own needs. I chose each deck and I shuffled each deck individually, and these are the cards that popped out for you. So I didn't choose anything for you, it popped out organically. And your first card there is the Cabin. So some of you may have really desired to be alone, to focus on projects, or to withdraw from things like social media, or really insulate at this time in order to protect your inner sanctuary. You know, of course, the first word on that Cabin card is lonely. So some of you may feel like you're in search of your soul tribe, or you feel like you've been on the outsides looking in. For some of you, you may have felt like that your whole life, where you felt somehow you didn't connect with people, or people just didn't get what you're about. During this pink moon period, you're called to reflect on who you are, learn a little bit more about yourself, but also acknowledge that you're trusting a process right now where it is leading you to meet new people who are vibing at the same frequency as you. Literally, the cards that popped out were the Cabin card, which is about being alone or solitary at this time, a period of evolution. You know, we've got the Yoga card there as well, which is about connecting to higher vibrations. It's about inner peace. We got the Empress there, which is you having a glow up. Four Cups, the universe wants to offer you something, an opportunity that you're really going to love. And the Hierophant means it's locked in and it will be like long-standing in your life. Trust the process. It ends up with friendship over here. Literally, the cards are pointing to you meeting soul tribe members. And for some of you, there may be some growth going on in a relationship or a friendship or a situation that you needed to take a step back from. And in doing so, it teaches this person or this situation about your boundaries and how you are showing up for yourself. Allow the distance to give time to the relationship or the situation for things to grow in a healthier fashion. When people realize that you're not allowing them to, step over a boundary or a mark or take advantage of your care and kindness, they regroup or they reassess. They get an opportunity to either step up or step out of your life. But I can see that you are empowered right now and you're not allowing anyone to basically rob you of your inner peace or try to derail you from your projects. I feel a lot of you with that Four of Cups, something is really disappointing you right now, or feeling, that you are somehow let down with an experience. But the Hierophant is a time where you step away from this experience or these people or this situation in order to learn more about yourself. The Hierophant is all about knowledge, about wisdom, and a connection to your higher self. So I feel the universe has kind of like helped you evolve right now during some very challenging times to be alone, to focus on your sense of purpose. I mean, coming back to your first card there, some of you may be craving a bit of a getaway. So over this pink moon period, you may decide to book a little trip away or even have a staycation in your home. This is a time where you want to just like shut down or shut off from social media or just have some quiet time to be separate in order to disconnect. You literally may also have felt it really hard to pick between all of the piles, because my guides gave me a word in the other pile, sequestered, and I've never used that word before, and it's literally on this card. So I'm like, whoa, there it is. But if you found it really hard to choose between the piles, I feel there could be a message contained for all piles for you, okay? Of course, don't go to each pile if they didn't call to you. It's only if they did, don't waste your wonderful time. But this card can indicate that during this period, you've been going through some changes. Over the last couple of years, I feel like you've totally changed. You're not the same person you used to be, and there is purpose in that. A lot of you may be lamenting a period of your life that you feel like you had to let go of, or that you feel has changed. Do you feel that you have lost part of yourself or somehow felt disassociated in some way? But I feel like you are becoming. I feel there is a period of change upon you. If you think about the next card that you got there, we have evolution. And if you think about the evolution of a butterfly, of course, it goes into the chrysalis as a caterpillar and it dissolves its sense of self. So you may be feeling a little bit lost, or you may have been feeling that the things that you used to love just don't hit in the same way. It's because you're becoming and evolving into a stronger version of yourself where you have more unconditional love for yourself, but also that you transform your life so that you can fly and rise up and be more free in your circumstances. It literally says there, you've gone through some challenges and you've learned from past mistakes. You're now stepping into a new role, a new version of yourself. And as you continue to reinvent yourself, you'll see the world around you shifting to match. So some of you, in the changes that you've noticed in your friendships, because of course we do have the friendship card right there, and we have the cabin, which indicates that some of these friendships that are evolving, it's because you've changed. You're not accepting things that you used to accept. You're not accepting less than you truly deserve. So reciprocity is the key. And I feel a lot of you are dissolving connections to people that you feel don't have your back, or have been, taking your wonderful care and devotion and basically expecting from you without giving back. That's what I'm seeing there. So during this pink moon, you are reflecting on relationships that are worthy of your time and your affection. But also during this pink moon, I feel like you are honoring your body's needs. And that's why I feel a lot of you may have been drawn to pile 1, because that's all about taking some solitude in order to replenish your energy. But we do have the yoga cards. So it actually indicates here that you are in a period of contemplation to go deeper, to become centered. A lot of you are going to do some deep healing, especially childhood wounding during this time. But this is a period where you are stepping into wellness and making sure that nobody who is toxic or draining kind of, depletes your energy. And also I feel, you are trying to declutter your life of drama. So a lot of your friendships may be falling away at this time because you're being directed to meet new people who connect to the new version of you. When you are entering a new era in your life, it requires a new version of you. And I definitely see that you've been going through some radical changes spiritually, mentally, in order to deal with the next part of your journey, which I feel is very prosperous. I feel a lot of you are going through an intense period of growth, but most importantly, you're honoring your boundaries and making sure that people do not take advantage of your care and your kindness. I mean, with the Empress energy, it also tells me that you are in a period of choosing healthier options, but also manifesting more wealth and opportunity. And I feel with this Empress energy, this is about you kind of really tapping into connecting more to your higher self, but also to nature. Okay, so a lot of you, the Empress energy, she stands alone. Although the Emperor is like an opposing energy, the Empress is confident enough to stand by herself, to really honor her own needs and know her worth and her investment in life, in people, in friendships. And, you know, because this pile is so kind of like tapping into relationships, friendships, you know, especially if you're single right now, it can also indicate that you are highly attractive, but you may be someone who is an old soul, and that's why relationships hit different. It can be that you've been meeting people who are not emotionally available to meet your needs in a relationship. So if you're currently looking for love, pile number 3, I definitely see here that you are in a receptive state to fall in love. And the 4 of Cups indicates that the universe is going to send you an opportunity at love that you've never experienced before. If you've been hurt in the past, or if you have been let down, I definitely see here, even if you've like lost that loving feeling, you've stopped searching for love, the universe with that 4 of Cups is going to surprise you. Okay, and it indicates have faith, because with that Hierophant energy, I feel like there's a high level commitment where you could marry someone in the future. Doesn't matter your age, if you're vibing in a frequency to fall in love and you have been feeling that you've been alone for a long time, you've been independent, I feel you are going to meet a new person who is very spiritually evolved and someone who is sent to love you in the way that you've been hoping to be loved, okay? So don't lose hope when it comes to love. But ultimately, I see a lot of you, there is a purpose here. So you may have felt that your friendships have been falling away or shifting in some way because you're setting up some sort of structure in your life to be really successful or wealthy. So that's why I'm saying a lot of you could have found it really hard to choose between the piles, because the Tree card is literally about expanding your wealth as well as the Empress. So it can indicate that you are in a period of transforming your life, your friendships, your relationships, your money. So it can feel that things have been very disorientating for you over the last couple of years, because you are becoming, because you are transforming. And in order to be the best version of yourself, sometimes you've got to let go of what was before. So I feel that you've been going through some very intense growing pains, but this pink moon is going to be softer upon you and deliver opportunities towards you. Things that you've been working so hard to achieve over the last couple of years, you're going to see the universe surprise you in ways that you've been dreaming of or hoping for. And these opportunities are going to stay. Just like I feel a lot of you are going to connect to new soul tribe members, people who really get you, people who really like know what you're about and kind of respect what you're about. I feel like you're going to meet people who are going to be in your life forever, your soul tribe, your ride or die. But also, if some of you have just noticed that your friendship circle is getting smaller and smaller, because we do have 2 people on this card as friends, it can be that these people are the people you can trust. People who basically support you and your endeavors, and you can always like lean on them or lean into the friendship in order for support. And I feel there is an energy here of you kind of like adapting to your circumstances a lot more over this pink moon. So if you notice that some friendships have been evolving, or you used to be like a party animal and life is just getting a little bit quieter at this time, there is a sense of purpose that you're locking into. So I feel like you're leaning into that. And this Hierophant energy can indicate that some of you are called to study something at this time or reach for something more in your life, learn more about it and basically capitalize on it or amplify it, increase it. You know, the Hierophant can be about contracts. Your soul contract is to learn more about yourself, to give back to yourself, but also to be really like wealthy and also have a deep connection with nature so that you can listen to your heart, so you can connect to the world and kind of like be aware of the changes going on around you before other people. And some people may not appreciate that depth of knowledge that you have instinctively, so you may feel a little bit alone. And over the last couple of years, you may have felt very alone in some of the knowledge that you instinctively have downloaded because you are spiritually connected more than some other people. Trust the process. You know, sometimes when you know something or when you can see through certain things, it can alienate you from like the hive mind or herd mentality. So some of you can feel that you have a purpose to be on your own in order to connect to your sense of purpose or dive deeper into creativity at this time. I feel that over the pink moon, you are going to offer more self-care rituals and routines towards yourself. I see a lot of knowledge here, so some of you may even book some sort of course of learning, or it could be a spiritual getaway for some of you. Even if you're having a staycation, I feel during this period you're going to learn more about yourself, and that's what you've been called to do. There is a process, and sometimes when you have a mission or a higher calling in life, it can feel really lonely. I see that you're an earth angel and you've come to transform the world or your immediate circumstances, even if it's just in your family unit. I feel you've been called to transform people and bring them peace, but also bring them knowledge, to teach people in some way. So you could be a star seed, for example. You're someone who has come here with knowledge that other people do not have. And that can sometimes make you feel like you don't fit in, or you see things that other people just don't see, and you feel a level of like not being satisfied in some way. You know, for example, people could watch like a movie and be laughing at it and just be submerged in the movie, but you're looking for the message in the movie. You're kind of like seeing things that are going on behind the scenes, or you're seeing like certain signs and symbols that mean something else, and you're seeing beyond. You're diving into the subtext. And sometimes things that satisfy other people on a surface level just don't satisfy you, because you are an old soul. You're someone who has a lot of depth, and you're being asked to lean into that and respect that about yourself, especially over this pink moon. Also, over this pink moon period, I feel like some of you could discover a group of people or an event going on in your neighborhood that really captures your attention. These people are your soul tribe. So I definitely see here that you're going to meet like-minded individuals, and your friendships are going to really grow and flourish through this period as well. We have the trust card, and it literally says there, the universe is asking you to trust that your needs will be met. There is a spiritual reason why you are experiencing this cycle. This is a good time to connect with your spirit guides. So over this pink moon period, this is a perfect time to disconnect in order to connect to your higher self, but in silence comes wisdom. So I feel just when you are alone and honoring your own time, you're going to see lots of visions. You're going to see lots of images come into your life. Also, you're going to have lots of prophetic dreams, or dreams that have meaning, that will help you on your sense of purpose, but also help you on your path. So this is a time where your guides are going to reach out with messages. As you can see, the Hierophant is wisdom, okay? And we've got the full moon there. And in this card in particular, even though the pink moon will not be pink, it looks a little bit pink in this card. So I feel this moon in particular, it is going to have a great impact on you, your psyche, and you trusting the process, but also seeing that lots of things are going to come to fruition for you. There's going to be opportunities that surprise you because you valued yourself, you stepped away from things that were toxic, you really invested in self during this pink moon. And that Four of Cups, it means that just when you least expect it, the universe is going to send a person or an opportunity that you are going to love, something that you will embrace with both hands and be really grateful for. The Four of Cups indicates a sudden entrance of either a new direction or a new thought or a new vision because cups are all about the vision. If you think about scrying, I use a scrying bowl most of the time. At the moment, I'm using the crystal ball, but the scrying bowl with water offers up an energy where I can tap into visions. So I feel during this period, you're going to have a lot of downloads from your guides about how to make forward steps on your next path. But a lot of you are going to be transforming your relationships as well. And you will see a friendship in the future that can be healed. But I feel you needed to step away from this relationship or this friendship or this group of people or this circumstance first to honor your own needs, reinvest in self, but also state a boundary line that should not be crossed. Because I feel a lot of you have put up with something for too long and you're just not doing it anymore, okay? And this will teach them a lesson. As you can see, the Empress is all about valuing oneself. The Four Cups is to be closed off to anything that is disappointing so that something new can come in. And the Hierophant is to teach a lesson. So I feel like you're not doing it as a game. You're doing it as a protective measure to honor your inner sanctuary of peace and to acknowledge that you deserve better in situations, okay? You're valuing your worth. And with Trust the Process, I feel the universe is connected to that Four Cups to deliver something that you really need in your life that you've been manifesting or wishing for a long time. But in terms of friendships, it indicates that you're going to see you stepping back allows people to come forward to show you how they really feel about you. And that will help you kind of be more discerning about the company that you keep, but also witness who is there for you and who is not. Sometimes it's important to acknowledge that the best friend can hear your silence. So I feel a lot of you in silence will notice who is coming forward to reach out and see if you're okay. Again, it's not a game. I just feel a lot of you are depleted or exhausted or fed up with something, and you feel it's time for you to withdraw in order to focus on yourself. And in doing so, you're going to witness someone coming forward to make sure that, you're okay. They want to connect at this time. Also, we have the tree. Now, the tree is about planting roots. So a lot of you may spend time thinking about your family unit or your roots or your heritage and the legacy that you're leaving. It says here, the tree speaks of someone who is able to adapt to their conditions, thriving even in difficult times. A tree loses its leaves each year, but knows it's only a season. Soon again, it will bloom with life. So I feel a lot of you, if you have been feeling a bit lost or disassociated or drifting recently, or you feel like somehow you're always on the outside looking in, you're learning to let go of things that have been temporary in your life or have served a purpose and given you a valuable lesson, because this is a time of you blossoming. The pink moon is a period where you quietly blossom, you take self-care, and you really kind of reinvest in self. So in order to do that, you have to let go of something or sacrifice something in order to really sit with self. People come into our lives for a reason or a season. So if you're noticing your friendships evolve or you're detaching yourself from certain situations, it means it served a purpose, and be grateful that you had the experience in order to move on to something greater, because that is your destiny and your path. A lot of you have come to this lifetime to teach others. And again, I mentioned that can be a very challenging experience and a very lonely experience as well. But if you're someone who is a mentor, because you've literally got the yoga card there and the Empress, so it could be that you actually help people, reconnect to their body or ground themselves or learn more about themselves, or, you're a carer, for example. It can be that you help people in caring professions. This is a period where you're going to notice that people love you and that you're attracting more people to care for, or that your business is growing in some way, or whatever it is you're connected to, there is growth there, because the tree indicates a period of growth, expansion, opportunity, but also more wealth. So I do feel like you will be expanding on things that you've been investing in at this time. Even if you've withdrawn and you felt a little bit lonely in withdrawing, you may feel like sometimes you're missing out on things, but you have important projects or things that you're working on. You're being really productive. You know, you are not going to disappoint yourself. You're stepping up, you are upgrading in life, and you are going to reap the rewards of that. Also, the friends that are in your life will actually accept that and respect that, so you'll know who you can truly trust there as well. We do have the Friends card, which is all about your soul tribe. A lot of you, this could also be about networking. So if you are in business, the Empress energy can indicate that you are someone who owns your own business, or you're very creative, or you are trying to find aspects of what you do. You love those things. You know, the Four Cups can indicate, of course, there's always something that perhaps you don't love about your job or your circumstance, but you can find a way to revamp it. Some of you may learn how to approach it in a different way where it feels easier or more enjoyable. And, you know, this can indicate that there's networking opportunities. You know, if you do work on your own, or you're an entrepreneur and you kind of like work from home, for example, or you are someone who's like out there doing freelance work, for example, it can indicate that sometimes it's lonely, that you're always having to show up for yourself and search new opportunities. And you may be trying to find a way to work with new people or new companies, for example, or network. I definitely see here that this card is going to help you network and see that actually you have friends in high places. I mean, because we have the social media card here as well, it can indicate that you're amplifying opportunities online or promoting whatever it is that you do. But because we also have the Cabin card right here, it can indicate that you need to find balance between being online and disconnecting, to spend time with people in person. So I definitely see here that there is a togetherness. You are going to find your soul tribe if you have been feeling that your friendships are evolving or changing. You're going to meet new people. I feel like you're going to be in a period of solitude in order to give back to self, but also you're going to get out there and have a lot of fun with your nearest and dearest, your ride or die. But you're going to notice that friends are showing up for you, because my guys are actually pointing to show up here right now to me. So I feel like you're going to witness over the pink moon who's showing up for you and who is not showing up for you. Most importantly, you're showing up for yourself. And I feel that if you've been experiencing any disappointments or setbacks recently, you have been going through a period of change. Some of you need to ground your energy a little bit more, connect to the earth, but also yoga may help quieten your mind. Okay, I feel like this is a period of being balanced in alone time, maybe even realigning your chakras. It's a period of reflection to recognize how awesome you are, that you are a gift. You're actually very beautiful, both inside and out. You have a beautiful heart. When you have the Empress energy, you're all about unconditional love and giving kindness to everybody that you meet, but some of you are learning about that kindness and giving it back to yourself. That's what I'm seeing there as well. But I do see a period of evolution for you, and there's some great things coming your way. I'm just going to pull some final cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful pile number 3? What do they need to know regarding their circumstances? We have the Sun. So a lot of you have been going through a period of enlightenment. That is one of the most challenging things to do, of course. People think that, you know, spiritually evolving is a very easy phase where suddenly you have an epiphany or an aha moment, or you sit with self and suddenly you just have clarity and realize. But actually the most breakthroughs happen when you're going through challenge and change. And I feel like a lot of you have been going through that. But the Sun card indicates a period of fun, of magnetizing the right opportunities and people towards you. But also this is a call for you to enjoy your solitary period in order to learn more about yourself. You're going through a very intense period of growth, and I feel like it's a time for you investing in your own happiness and shining your light despite people or circumstances that have tried to drain your energy. The Sun energy indicates that things are going to work out perfectly for you. There's always going to be ups and downs in life, but I feel this is a period where you're coming out of darker times or challenges in order to embrace the light. And, you know, sunflowers are always about gravitating towards the sun. You know, you gravitated towards this period of growth because you want to be happy. You want to be free from some things that have been draining you or making you feel kind of completely isolated or alone, or things that have just not been fulfilling like they used to be. So I feel like you're becoming, and I feel, you know, there's some great things ahead for you there as well. A lot of success for you to come, a lot of clarity over this pink moon, and we have the Two of Cups. So this is all about relationships and friendships. You know, I feel like a friendship that is evolving, it will grow back together eventually. Also, some of you, this could be a partnership. If you've been going through some changes in a relationship that's very personal to you, I do feel that you'll grow together. This could also be a family member that you've grown apart from, or, you know, there's a lot of love there, but I feel there needed to be some changes or a breath in the relationship in order to, you know, rekindle the balance in the relationship or the structure. I mean, the Two of Cups, of course, is all about romance. So this can indicate that you're going through a period where you're having a glow up and you're attracting love, a love that will lead to a higher level commitment, like marriage with that Hierophant energy. For some of you, this could be that, you know, your friendships are in review and you're connecting to people that have your back, that you love. Okay. The Stork is a card of like improvement and movement in relationships and friendships. I mean, it's no accident that you got the Two of Cups, which is all about relationships with self, relationships with manifestation, relationships with people around you, and of course, reciprocity. Two of Cups is what you give out, you will get back. And if you have not been getting back, that's when you needed to withdraw to reassess, so that the law of attraction and the law of balance can really work its magic to readdress the balance, so there can be reciprocity across the board. The Two of Cups also indicates the things that you've been working really hard to achieve, they will come back to you. Two of Cups can be like a contract or an opportunity, something being offered, a proposal on the table for you to really like sign on the dotted line. It can be a period of prosperity, but most importantly, this is about you connecting to your heart space and really acknowledging your needs, both in relationships and in opportunities. And as soon as you feel fulfilled within yourself, you'll notice more experiences where people come towards you and offer you a fulfilling experience, whether it is just spending time in their company, where, you know, both of you are vibing at a frequency where you just get each other, you just see each other, you understand each other, or whether it is an opportunity that you've been working hard to accomplish, but you feel that whatever you've been getting right now is either empty or not what you've been wanting. I feel a period of fulfillment is going to be upon you after this pink moon. So this is a period to romance your life a little bit more, spend time with yourself, acknowledge that you're going through some radical changes where life, you know, it may not look the same way as it used to, but you are becoming, and things are coming together as planned, or things can be better than before. So I feel like you're in a state of attraction over this pink moon. Really reflect on the things that bring you joy and shut out all the things that do not. So I'm just going to get a final message from the Vision Eye. I'm just going to spin that. Well, that was a false start, but let's acknowledge that we had a false start there. So some of you may have experienced a false start. We've got the Justice card there and the Hangman, as well as the Magician. Oh my gosh, that was the same message for pile 2. So again, some of you could have been drawn to pile 2 or pile 1, but this is about balance. It's about a time for reciprocity with that Justice card, good karma there. Also structure and the give and take of life. But also the Hangman is like, there is a time to withdraw if you feel like you're not getting balance. And the Magician card energy, because of course down here we've got the Magician energy, it's kind of in between the Fool card as well. So this can be to replenish your resources. The Fool card can be like a new start or a change in direction for some of you. But I'm just going to spin the wheel for you. One moment, please. Let me just get... We have the Hangman again, and we have the Magician. So I guess the message is the message, right? This can indicate, you know, this is a time of pause and reflection, disconnecting from things for higher wisdom, higher knowledge there. The Magician card is indicating that you are in a high manifestation phase where perhaps you need to withdraw in order to focus on something, be productive, to advance yourself in some way. And there lies the magic where everything changes. You know, the Magician card is like focus, and the Hangman energy is focus on inner wisdom and connecting to your higher self at this time. So I guess the message really is the message. And also, I do want to apologize for the unsightly mark on my thumb there. I was changing a water filter and it kind of bit me. So it was very sore, but I just wanted to keep it out in the air so it heals nicely. It actually looks like a heart, which I'm kind of like really excited about. But, you know, I just want to apologize if some of you are like, ooh, what's that? So anyway, I'll just move away from that energy. I just thought I'd explain. Anyway, that's the message I have for you, beautiful pile 3. Thank you so much, and love and light.